Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and it's time we jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome everyone, hope you're doing well where you are around the world. I hope the stream is coming through quite nicely because both of my previews decided to break. Let's give those a quick refresh. Now they're working. There we go. It also says there's 8 people here. Somehow I think that is a lie given the number of people I've just seen send a message. Come on, Twitch. You're better than this. Or maybe it isn't, actually, to be honest. It is Twitch. What do I expect from it? But there we go, then. And now it's up to date. There we are. Welcome on, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. First thing I could say is good is that it seems like the new bot is handling just fine. I'm noticing a whole bunch of pick frame commands. They are working all appropriately. If multiple people try to use it at the same time, it is rightly ignoring all but one of them so that it processes it safely and doesn't, lead to crossover of details, setting little safety timers as needed for latency. It is reporting back that people are picking the appropriate frames. It's registering the difference between capital and not capital. It's telling people off for saying Mirage Prime instead of just Mirage. Don't worry, Flo, it's fine. You wouldn't have known. But yeah. And it's also letting people know if they're trying to use it but don't have the privilege, how they can get it. King Vab, however, has found an error. How have you found... How is Lavos not working? Did you type Iavos or something? Because I swear Lavos is in there. What do you mean Lavos isn't found? Of all the ones, that was the first one implemented. Hold on. Let me open up the fucking files. I go here, there, that folder, this folder. There's program. Enter you. How many lines are in this thing? 58. Well, that's definitely missing some. How have I got 58? Hold on. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple missing here. Are primes not pickable? You can't pick a specific frame, no. Because it is each of the unique frames with my loadout A fashion, whatever it is. Like, this is Harrow. You get Harrow Prime looking like that. If you're looking for something more advanced than that, you're on the wrong stream. I'm not a computer programmer. I just happen to know enough programming to make this. What does my Nova look like? I guess you'll find out, won't you? For now, sort of a name. So let me just run this through the list here. What the hell have I missed? Okay, so Ash, Atlas, Banshee, Brook, Caliban, Chroma is on there, Citrine, Titanine, Dagath, Dante, Ember, Equinox, Excalibur, Frost, Gara, Ruda, Gauss, Grendel, Jaya, Harrow, Hildrin, Hydroid. There we are, that's now connected. Enaros, Ivara, Jade, Cora, Kome, Calevo. I knew there was... I had this issue with a test earlier, but evidently I did not save the fix. Lavos. Right, that should put it at 61. That should be all working now. Okay, so Calevo, Lavos, and what was the other one I had to re-add there? And Hydroid. Those 3 should now be working. Don't know why they slipped out of the first setup, but here we are. That's all good. But yes, also, Lavos is the default one. Whilst Warframe themselves use Excalibur as default good boy, here it's Lavos. We respect a good Lavos here. But there we are, that is all now properly operating. Do apologise on that. But yeah. Also, I think I missed a cheer message. Where did it go? There we are. From Flo, managed to buy myself a new graphics card at its historical lowest price. Nice. Also, thank you very much for the bit. Much appreciated. Fair enough, Ladybug, fair enough. We'll still be seeing plenty of lavapodes when it comes to the next hype bonus giveaway, which we may see in just a moment, considering a hype train is already triggered somehow with a singular bit. Wait, what? Huh? Flo, what how did you manage this one? How have you triggered a hype train with a singular bit? What's more confusing to me than anything is the fact that they even triggered, because it also puts it onto cooldown for 2 hours once it times out. So it's supposed to wait for hype. Yeah, it's supposed to let a little bit of something happen beyond a bit. Thank you, Flo, for the additional 4 bits. That is now 5 times further progress than we had before. I could see the purple line now. Oh, wow. Okay, that is... Twitch really does like messing with things in the background, don't they? Because I haven't changed a single one of the settings. Not one. And here we go. I just... Hey. Also, I think I forgot to double check on the other thingamajig. Yeah, it's still at 68%. That's fine. Cool. All right. No, Flo, honestly, don't you worry about it in the slightest. You literally couldn't have predicted it. If anything, if you had predicted it, I would have called you stupid for predicting so, because we know it doesn't work that way. Except it just did. So yeah, that ain't great. That's just Twitch being Twitch. So if anyone else wants to kick off the hype train properly, now's the time to subscribe or give subscriptions to the community or your favorite viewer joining you in the channel. Excuse me. And if we hit and complete any level of hype train, there'll be giveaways for every single level we complete. Simple as that. Otherwise, I guess we'll move on to the rest of today. The rest of today is... I am going to start with Mirage here and throw her into a defense mission to see how far she can take it. Simple as that. What am I most excited about from what we've seen in Warframe Future beside level stings? My first and most significant interest is going to be in the Starfinder Warframe crossover. I absolutely cannot wait for that to come out and we can all get our hands on that. 100%. Second to that is knowing what the hell is going on with our future, past, memories, experience thing. Why do we need to get into a sensory deprivation chamber? Why are we connected up with Lotus, with Lloyd there? What do they mean by corrupted memories? What the hell is going on there? Also, Azrael, congratulations! You have managed to send us straight through that first level of the hype train there with your 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much for sending that out to the community there. It's gone over to Harbinger757, to Deck It Out, to Silver Lightning 646, to Feral, and to Grimman21. Thank you very much for that. You put us, in fact, exactly halfway through level 2 as well. Cheers for that. Cheers indeed. Longshot saying, confused about that crossover, can I explain it? Sure. Which bit are you confused about? I'll give you the very brief rundown, but otherwise I might need specifics. Very brief rundown. Starfinder is a tabletop role-playing game. So think like Dungeons & Dragons, but better and in space. It's better because it's made by the same company that do Pathfinder, which is, again, Dungeons & Dragons, but better. And that company is Paizo. I insisted it is better because, well, I've had many streams where I've griped about the contents of those books over there, and no streams where I've griped about the contents of that book. I have the core books for both, so you know at least I have had a look at both to compare and contrast. Now, Starfinder 2nd Edition is coming out, I think, just the end of this month. Yeah, just the end of this month, and that means it's going to be a whole up-to-date system built off the Pathfinder 2nd Edition rules, which are a massive improvement over 1st Edition, so you can look forward to that. And this means that you can also play the short campaign as it is, because it's not designed to be a really long-running thing. It's a short campaign, a module, if you will, called what is Operation bollocks. Names and me. Doesn't work. Point is, there is a module, it's Starfinder, but it's all Warframe themed. Comes with various bits and pieces involved so that you can jump straight into it with the characters, the setup, everything you need to get going. Everything you need. Arias said it, thank you. So yeah, definitely if anyone is looking to get anything Starfinder, do wait for Starfinder 2nd edition to come out at the end of the month, because you want to have the stuff that's the most recent edition, that's what more people are going to be playing. It'll have literally the ability to work with the Warframe stuff as and when that is released as well in October. You wish you could play it? Yeah, when it comes out. Otherwise, I don't know why you're sad. But I hope that gives you the rundown on that long shot. If there are any more specific questions on that, please do feel free to pick my brains on it. For as much as I know and can share, I will. Otherwise, yeah. No one you know does play them? Well, then you need to see if you can find some more people, perhaps in this community, who'll be into it. Yeah. Because here's the great thing about being part of a community full of nerds, is that it contains a lot of nerds. I know this might seem a little bit tautological, that's just how these things work out. So if you're in a community full of nerds, you can find others who have that same inclination to take one cool thing, Warframe, another cool thing, Starfinder, bring the two together, and it's like that pen, pineapple, apple, pen meme, but better, and with friends. Or people you're about to become friends with. That's the way I see it there. So yeah. Let's grab Tenet Envoy. Let's grab... Let's first of all go Azrael again with another 5 gifted subs out of community here. That's gone out to Chimichangas 2, to Nordes 1, to Spicy Kyrie, to a Black Tiger 330, and to Pistachios. Azrael, thank you again for that support there, much appreciated. We've now completed level 2 of the Hype Train, we're nearly completed level 3. There's someone holding on to a subscription, now is the time to do it, because you're looking at 3 levels of Hype Train, 3 levels of Hype Train emotes, and also just being part of the moment. Cheers. Happy Hour saying, really wonder how viable it would be to basically play out TSD, I'm going to guess the second dream, on tabletop with people who aren't familiar with Warframe. Oh, the devil's just going to be in the details on that, really. Devil's just going to be in the details on that. Lady was saying, the entire reason they get to play Pathfinder every 2 weeks now is thanks to Warframe D&D playtests. Some of us just stuck together to play an actual campaign. Yeah, nerds got together in my community, we did some D&D stuff, and that's led to Starfinder for others as well. Simply how it works. Also, Eliu, showing us how it works as well, gifting a sub directly to Catacosmo, bringing them up to 68 total gifts on the channel, and us onto a level 3 train completed. Cheers for that. Cheers indeed. We're exactly 0% of the way. I say exactly, we're probably like... We know from Flow how it works, we're 5 bits of the way through level 4 now. We are 5 bits of the way in. That's how big that little line is right now. As I say, wish I could do it that often, just want to give the new bots some proper testing with selectable frames. Hey, why not? All 10 of those people who've got themselves gifted a sub, actually 11, because there was a gift as well from Eliu, so all 11 people who got gifted a sub can also pick their frames now. Although I will say that Cosmo was already a moderator, moderators get their privilege for being moderators. Because I am kind like that, of course. And the mods would definitely riot if I put out a subscriber perk like that and didn't try to include them. That would be mean. That would be mean. What was the other weapon I was going to equip whilst we let that hype train do its hypey little things? I'm going to go with... I'd like something precision, but not overly precise, like Dual Toxic could be a bit... Yeah. Leighton doesn't have the crit build I want for it right now. I might just go Lex. Let's go Lex. And then a good old melee doing melee things. Zorus, you can never go wrong with it. I think it is set to an influence build on my default config. Yes, it is. Cool. Make sure this is set to something I'm satisfied with. Nope, that needs to come out. That definitely needs to come out. Okay. Actually, let's just switch build entirely. Do I have a better... This should be fine. This should be fine. Don't know why it's hushed, but I'll take it. That's for Hushkin. Thank you. Just a little bit of a recoloring. Thank you. Long shot with the hydrate. Cheers. Oh. When I think of the full release of Lullaby of the Manifold, it's a cool bit of music. I'll be honest, that is the extent of my thoughts on it, but it is a cool bit of music. Let's equip this up with something a little bit more oomphy. There we go. That's all sorted. And Neramon. I'm not going to need Neramon. Let's go for Zenerich so I have the energy support. And then Mirage here. Let's see. Now, I had the ESO build, but that is not the right build for what I'm looking to do here. Is this the build that I want? It's going to have explosive legerdemain. It's going to do all that, but that duration is absolutely pants. And that's because it's needed to fix the efficiency issues caused by Blind Rage by using fleeting expertise. Right. Let's reimagine this. Why have I got a config E? Do I use that for anything? Ah, yes, that was Raffle Advance. I might actually stick with that. But the range on it sucks. I definitely need range. Never mind. What are these other configs? I haven't named them. Okay, that one is just Eclipse Go Burr, I think. Ah, yes, and that is the Super Thrall. Okay, you know what? Rather than break anything, let's build another. Let's just rename some of these as well. That is Eclipse Go Burr. This one is... And then was config D was Super Thrall. That one was Raffle Advance. And this leaderboard. Cool. Right, let's copy this over to there to give me a starting point. Thank you, thank you. And let's see then, so... So if I want to keep efficiency more neutral, if I take those off, my efficiency is neutral, I lose a hell of a lot of strength doing that though. Right. Well, let's see how I can handle this. So let's get... Yeah, because I do want a decent duration on Eclipse, at least defensively, I feel. 18 seconds isn't the worst, but... No. I go Prime Continuity, and then August Secrets over here. So we at least get the 90% reduction. This has got its damage to it. Is that going to be enough? With multiple men stacking into it, maybe. I just want the really, really high range. Enough duration, this isn't worthless to me. And enough firepower behind this so that it actually explodes in a usable manner. I think that might do the trick. Might do the trick. We'll see. If not, I retry. It's fine. But also just enough general firepower as well that I can pick up the slack there. This can do its own good thing, and it has got Contagious Bond. Yep, so that'll be fine. I should have everything I want or need for this. Alright. Now, with something quite so ridiculously over-engineered, and that name definitely is a very long one, isn't it? Yeah. With that quite so over-engineered, let's go in this one. Okay. Let's go in this one. Let's go to a nice, lovely level 2 mission. That's the plan. A level 2 mission. In case you're wondering, no, I have not absolutely lost my mind here.
Our position has been compromised.
There is method to this madness,
Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
but there is plenty of madness as well. Alright, we're on location. I have plenty of enemy radar as well, yes indeed. Now, getting those first enemies to die where I want them to die might be a little bit more painful, but we'll get it going. Let's see how that starts us. Companion zap that. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Is it me, or did that explode without hurting him? Okay. I'm hoping my second ability is going to step up a little bit more than it's been doing so far. So what I wanted to see is bombs going off and obliterating anything that is remotely nearby to them. Wow, that is a strong bubble, what the fuck? What even? So far, this is not doing what I expected. Not at all. Let me just check. Range on that is... It's 94 meters, yeah. That should be plenty. There we go. That was a little bit more something something. There we go. Now we wait for it to recognize. Yep, we're done here. Next.
To leave now or continue fighting. Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
There we go. That's starting to have that cascade I'm looking for. But only starting. Which is not great. Come on. There we go. I'm looking more at my minimap. Let's put that center screen, make it a little bit easier to see. What all the cool kids do. We can see there's a whole bunch of them. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now we're starting to see sections of them kind of off themselves. Oh, we can still have more. Dark Blade, you say, I believe Axis Merce Bubbles can only take so much damage per shot, meaning slow powerful weapons can't burst them down instantly. Then why can my Fullman one-shot them reliably? This is not anywhere near as explosive as I was expecting. I know the strength isn't all there, but this does not have wound key. This does not appear to be a strength issue. This appears to be a things just aren't triggering issue. But
is ready. Unless you can handle
the radius is absolutely huge.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
I guess I'm just not getting enough drops in the places I need them to be because there's a lack of enemies. Because there I'm getting some triggers and it's going nicely. I might also be on a map that's just too big for this, to be honest. Might be why this particular defense mission does not have a very high leaderboard this week. There we go, more triggering, more triggering. This is definitely not the speed I want it to be. I mean, I'm at wave 9 on 6 minutes, which isn't terrible, but still. Yeah. Where do you check leaderboards? So you want to go into profile and leaderboards. Profile isn't here whilst I'm in game, of course. Come on. Alright, looks like the hype train did complete as well. We had managed to get through 3 levels of it. So what we'll do is, when this wave comes to an end, we'll take a brief pause of the mission, and we'll do those 3 giveaways. In fact, why don't we do one every 3 waves? Yeah, we'll do one every 3 waves. That'll work. Not too much of a split in between each set of them then.
Reinforcements available. Do you
There we
choose
go.
to leave now?
So the beauty of solo, I can pause that there. Right, let's do a quick roll. We're gonna go for 3 Orokin catalysts. Alright then, let's get this up onto screen, shall we? I'll take just a moment to load. 3 times Orokin catalyst. There we are. Let's open our first of 3 hype bonus giveaways brought to you by the supporters of this channel, leading us to completing 3 levels of hype train. Exclamation mark hype me in the chat for a chance to win this. Exclamation mark hype me in the chat for a chance to win this. You'll see your lovely Warframe sliding on it if you picked yourself a variant. If you see that you haven't got one, then either you didn't pick one or I've done something wrong. So I am seeing a Mirage and an Avara in here. However, I'm seeing a lot of just Lavoses. Shit. This worked with every single one I tested. Why is it broken? Why are there only 2 people who've been able to have them? This isn't no good. What the fuck? How... If it was no one, I'd understand it. Why have 2 of them worked? Hold on. Okay, so according to the details I have here, we should have Ladybug on Nidus, Flo on Mirage, Zelion on Dante, Also on Nova, Akaboy on Varuna, Cosmo on Frost, Crescendo on Trinity, Eliu Avara, Anubis on Araxia, Azrael on Stynax, Raynuva on Avara, Vab back to Lavos, Spruce on Gauss, Caped Goomba on Necros, Aegir on Araxia. So I do have those picks recorded. Shoot. And it's picked up Flo and Eliu, which, if I go back to that list again, Flo was the second, and Eliu was like halfway through that group. What the hell? Huh. No, Eliu, you and Flo weren't the first. No. Yeah, now this is confusing. This is very, very confusing, and that doesn't give me a lot to figure out. This worked. This worked when I put, basically, in the test, I gave a number for every single Warframe. 1 to 61. I then ran a test giveaway and I entered all 61 members at the same time. So it's not like you could say that the bot just overloaded, couldn't handle that many choices at once. It handled 61 simultaneously without issue. All of them were correct. I then added in a few others, including some who tried to pick fake frames, and it just ignored the fakes. It handled it perfectly. This makes no sense to me. It's not even like it's only having issues with unusual names. Flowing_thoughts is correct, right? Looks like it, yeah. LU is correct. Huh. So a smaller test than the tests I've conducted failed. And I can't see why. Shit.
Seems like a practical problem. I know a guy who might be able to help.
Cheers. I know the things I could look into. Hold on, wait. I have an idea here. There's no way this idea is correct this much, but I have an idea. Let me have a look here. Nope. Neither LU nor Flo were the first in the giveaway entry. And all names have been brought to lowercase as intended. So... yeah, I don't know why this one's broken. I don't know what... Wait. Oh, no. How... okay, I figured it out. Son of a bitch. I figured it out. I missed one area of to lower. Or rather, I thought I must have done it, but evidently I didn't do it. LU and Flowing Thoughts are the only two people who capitalize their Warframe choice. Or rather, there was a third one, Ray, who has not entered this giveaway. So the only two people to use a proper noun as a proper noun got to have their choices. Shit! I should have noticed that would be an issue. I should have noticed it. God damn it. Okay, right, it's fine. You tried to try Trinity, but it ignored you. It's because someone else was trying to pick at the same time, Crescendo. So when more than one person picks at the same time, the bot listens to one person, finishes with them first, and then waits for the next person to use the command. Because otherwise, I was having cases where one person would pick, and another person would pick, and it would change the first person to the second person's pick, because the bot had already updated to the second person's preference before the program had finished understanding what was happening. Because I got a bot and program happening there. There is a technical term for that kind of issue. I don't know what that term is actually. I think it's like chase condition or something like that, but in any case, I had to fix for that. Oh, is it race condition? Okay. So yeah, I fixed for the race condition. That's why the bot will sometimes appear to ignore you. Yeah. Alright, well, now we got our entries for this. Let's do the giveaway here. Let's see who is going to win this one. Let's draw for our 3 Orokin Catalysts. Which one of you is it gonna be? And I'll have to fix the capitalization thing on a later one. As long as you capitalize it right now, put the first letter capital, it should work. Our winner is Crowned Ladybug. You'll be securing the first of the giveaways today.
Extraction point is up ahead.
3 Orokin Catalysts will be yours. There we go. Alright, let's pop ourselves out of there. We got another 3 waves of this to run. Excuse me. We'll take it from there.
Or continue fighting.
On the future runs, anyone who's picked a properly capitalized Warframe shouldn't have any issue now. Shouldn't be the operative word. Also, what time are we up to now? Because of that, we're at 15 minutes. Cool. Alright, so we're seeing an increase in the cascade of explosions now. This is good. I need to do more over there for killing enemies. So there's more things to explode over that side. Fuck's sake, what do you mean you don't see... Note to self, check that one. Apparently that button's not connected up either, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mildly stressed now. There we go. Get it out, get out. Ah. Alright. Why are the enemies on this side still refusing to explode? I specifically requested they explode. That is a very nasty attack for defense, by the way.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
There we go. Alright. Let's pause that there. It took us 2 minutes to get through those 3 waves. Nice. Okay. Alex asking, I wonder if the pro will still use a chosen frame when your sub runs out. It does, yes. So long as you are subscribed, or a VIP, or a moderator, you can pick what you're using. And then after that, if you lose that role, you still have the pick. Not a recommendation to give up on your sub, but it does mean that it doesn't just go away again. Yeah. Curious? It's just the way I've designed it. Also, we have a request for that. Right, let's do our next round. Let's hopefully make it where this works. There we go. For this, we shall do a Signa giveaway. So for a Signa, you get to pick any Signa from the market. Any Signa. So long as it's on the market, available for a direct purchase for Platinum, direct gift for Platinum, of course, you can have it. We'll go any Signa. Boop, that is set in. And let's open. Exclamation mark hype me in the chat for a chance to win your choice of Signa from the market. And we'll see if everyone is flowing in properly this time. I'm going to move my camera out of the way for the moment. There we go. That's looking a lot better now, isn't it? That is looking a lot better. Okay. We do see a Stynax on there. We've got ourselves a Araxia, Nova, Gauss, Necros, Nidus, Mirage, Inaros, couple of Varas, Trinity at the top right corner there. That's all coming through. We're looking Nova. It's Nova. I forget which Nova skin it is, but that is a Nova. The pink Proteus just slid on it. That'll be a Varuna at the top left there now. You're scared to imagine how long this took to do? A little bit longer than my average video. A little bit longer. You show how to touch, you don't even know what a Signa is? I mean, now's a great time to double check the marketplace, but basically it's that little hovering, stylized tiara type thing that people can wear. So yeah, it's a relatively new cosmetic. Relatively. Yeah, my Gauss looks rather un-Gauss-like, I will be honest, but yes. Alright, I think that is about enough time for everyone to get in if they want to get on in this. This is our draw for the Signa, so let's find out who is the winner. Twitch won't let you PM? Okay. In which case, Ladybug, yeah, could you send me a Discord DM with the deets? And our winner for the Signa giveaway is Petra 1x1. Petra 1x1, the Signa is going to be yours. Look at that. And Petra, that message has been sent over to you via Twitch DM. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, let's properly pop ourselves out of this. There we go. We'll continue on for another 3 waves, and then we'll do the third and final one of those. Well, final one for now. I'm sure more will be earned. I'm hidden still? That I am. Come on, enemies, where all at? What I'd like is the ones that spawn immediately below me to start exploding, but yeah, that's going to be a difficult one to pull off. I wonder actually, can I set some of these up down here? Like pre-set it, will that work? Do those gems do the trick that I need them to do? There's already an explosion waiting in that one. Sure, Petra. My day's good, alright. It's, I didn't expect to have to troubleshoot a few things in a row there, but there we go. I thought I tested everything nicely. Turns out I did not account for capitalization, but it's all good. I can fix that. It'll be a little bit of a programming doodad to fix, but I can fix it. Question's trying to figure out where best to fix it. Like, what part of the code should handle the capitalization trouble? What are we up to? Defense. And a very particular type of defense. This is not on Steel Path, with the simple goal of trying to get through as many waves as possible. Alright. Let's pause that one there. Let's get this up and going for the third and final one for now. And we are going to go for a former bundle. You can't go wrong with a former bundle. Alright. Let's open the entries. Exclamation mark hype me in the chat for a chance to win that. Exclamation mark hype me, and your chosen Warframe will slide onto the screen. If you've not chosen a Warframe, well, now you're learning that you can choose a Warframe to represent you as it slides on in. I see Alsu's got themselves running in the Citrine. Looks like Daft Plagius Gaming with the Grendel there. I see Azrael on the Styanax. Beautiful, beautiful variety. Remember, any subscriber, VIP, or moderator can set their frame. If you aren't one of those, you will not be able to pick your frame. If you've already entered the giveaway, then it will be picking it for the next giveaway, of course. And you must capitalize it. So, Sevagoth needs a capital S at the start. So that's a current bug in the way I've designed it. I didn't account for the fact that somewhere in the code, I didn't put in that particular capitalization handler. So many places I had, one place I hadn't. There we go, Bytes picked that as well. Byte, are you also in the giveaway already? Yes, you are. Alright. In which case, that's all that. Let's do the draw, see who wins the former bundle. That winner is going to be... not Happy Hour Honeymoon, not Vanilla, not Parker Ripple, not Eliu, not Elsu, not Bytebitson, not Petra, not Azrael, not Zomtronic. It's definitely not going to be Anubis, certainly not going to be Keck, not Aegia, not Jade. Nope, it's going to be... Box Press Radio. Box Press Radio, congratulations.
Excellent
you
work,
are the winner there.
The extraction point is up ahead.
Box Press just successfully extracted. Let's send it out to you there. That should have gone through. Yeah, that's not gone through. If I find out that you are blocking DMs... Nope. Nope, it's the bot breaking. Why must life be like this? Okay. I really don't know why that's not sending its message to you, but that's fine. I can become a bot. I will just manually do this myself. Congratulations, you have won a former bundle. Yep, that's good. Right, cool. There we are. Yeah, the contact winners command is a pretty simple handler because I have all of the winners saved into two separate files. I have a log file and then I have a current winners file. And the current winners file will wipe every single entry as it's contacted. The problem is, if it attempts to contact it and then just fails, I don't have sufficient feedback or means to handle that feedback to not take it out of there, which is why I still have the log file. Well, one of the reasons why. So, yeah, a little bit frustrating, but otherwise still fine to handle. Picking up all of the winners, picking up what they've won, composing that into a response, and then sending it through. Were you supposed to get a whisper? I literally have just whispered to you, yes. Yep, I'm verifying that is exactly the profile I sent it to. You have a Twitch whisper waiting from me there. Please tell me you've got that. Please tell me you know where to look for whispers. This better not be another Petra situation. I think it was Petra who just did not have a whisper section for some reason. I'm going to assume you've got that. And you'll let me know otherwise. Let's dip out of that.
Fighting. Another opportunity.
You do have whispers, you did not get it. Then please refresh. I definitely sent it. Although the bot was struggling to send one to you as me, so there's every possibility that your whispers are broken rather than mine. God knows what's going on there. Twitch do be twitchy. But basically, I just need to have your Warframe username and platform, so I know where I'm sending that follow bundle. So if you can whisper me that, that's great. I don't know why these things break. I really don't know why these things break. I really don't know why these things break. Like, I get that technology is complicated. It shouldn't be this complicated. It would be like trying to fire your weapon. You pull the trigger, and instead it sends an email to the enemy. Yeah. How? How is this the result that occurs? The answer is I don't know. I don't know how that is the result that occurs. Also, this is not doing anywhere remotely close to the amount of damage I was hoping it would deal. Like, these enemies are just not popping. I mean, Alex, I don't imagine arcane prices will rebound anytime soon, because loads of people have them, loads of people are going to be holding to sell them, and not many people are going to be needing them who couldn't get them from the event. We'll be needing a whole new subset of people to want those arcanes, but to have not wanted to have already obtained them themselves, or the otherwise cheap prices. Where do you think the demand's going to come from? Would a max range Equinox may make this faster? I was considering that as an alternative option, yes. Well, that popped the bubble in one shot.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting.
What leaderboard are we trying to get on? The leaderboard.
Will appear soon.
When you open up your profile menu, you go to menu, profile, leaderboard. And that'll be the one for this mission. It does slightly surprise me that you've never done anything with that, but yeah. Yeah, Alex, yeah. It's a pretty narrow subset of people who will have been in a position to want maxed arcanes, not already purchased maxed arcanes or earned them otherwise, not have access to Ileweaver by the time the Ileweaver event, or sorry, Aclaw event ended. It just seems like such a small group of people. See, when it explodes, it works nicely. It's just a big fat when. It feels like there's just not enough drops to make it happen. So yeah, new idea necessary on this one. But I'm still going to keep this going for a while. I might be lucky. Maybe the enemy spawns will ramp up. Maybe. What's being tested? My patience, mostly. Just trying to cut through these waves as quickly as possible with a Solar Barrage, trying out on these low-level enemies, seeing if I could explosive Legerdemain them to death. You're on console, not seeing leaderboard and profile? My apologies if console just has a worse experience than PC. I was completely unaware of that fact.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Still for people buying arcanes? Oh yeah, I imagine they are selling. There's no reason they wouldn't be. In fact, the prices stop at the point that they sell, is the point. But the amount of people selling is sufficient to keep the prices down. The amount of people buying isn't sufficient to bring the prices up. That's the point. As they get so low, then the people looking to sell will stop selling. They'll go, hold on, I didn't farm all of that to sell an Arcane Energize for 20 plat or something like that. Price is the most amazing balancing factor. Who knew? You're going to the incorrect location? Oh, I see. Where were you going then? When I said open the menu and go to profile, where were you going? Just out of curiosity, so I understand how my my instructions could be more appropriately tailored. Another wave cleared. Show profile rather than profile? Oh, I see. So you were going, alright, menu, and show profile. Got it. Yeah. No. I understand the the issue there now. So that's not the real time we've been here, because we've done a few giveaways. But even then, even if this was a real time, 1.5 minutes, not even, per wave is a pretty good turnaround. Three hours of sleep? Yikes. Yeah, do not recommend. That is well below the ability to operate machinery level. And Warframes are machines.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
For those of you who can see the leaderboard, what is the current leaderboard for Lith Defense? Normal mode, not Steel Path. This build would not work on Steel Path. And even the Xmas are already surviving it. Yeah, this build is absolutely not going to carry through. I'm shooting more than I am killing with abilities now. That's no bueno. Wave 42. Okay. So yeah, I'll get to the next exit point and then I'll switch build. Wait, 42, 45 minutes? Oh, I can beat that time. I can beat that time. Not with this setup, but I can beat it. The way they get yeeted. Well, that's 150 kills of electricity. What am I learning from this setup? I'm learning that the enemies are simply too spread out to get the cascade reactions that happen in Sanctuary Onslaught. To get even close to them, the simple biggest fix will be to have 4 people in squad, but that kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on this mission when I was a new player as well, because I was cracking open relics trying to get the good old Paris Prime. Because I like the Paris, and I thought, let's get the Prime. The problem is that once I finally got all pieces, I went to build it and it said I didn't have the mastery. And that is when I learned the hell of mastery grind. It was a very long time until I built the Paris Prime. Yeah, this is not going the way I wanted it. But we're about to exit, so that's good.
Extraction is ready.
There we are.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Ugh.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
Okay. So that just did not go the right way. I do see that Box Press, however, has found where to send the whispers. That's all good. And we got the message from Ladybug on Discord. Yep. Alright. So let's handle those giveaway items real quick. So let's see here. So Ladybug, you won the 3 Arcane Catalysts. Cool. Let's gift those over. 3 of those. 2. Crown Ladybug. Hype. There we go. Next up was Petra. Wants the Ember Signa. Alright then. The Ember Signa, let's see, is this one right here. Ember Heirloom Signet. Let's give that one over to Petra 1x1. I believe that is correct. Petra 1x1. Yep. There you go. What's the difference between Lith and Cobra? Server names? No, they're two different mission nodes. Lith is the Grenadier Defense one. Cobra is the Infested Defense one. They are two different missions. And lastly then, Box Press was the former bundle. That's going to Box Press Radio. Hype. Ta-da! And I'll send sent. That's how you know, and it's also how I know in the future that I've definitely done those three. Okay, so let's mix this up then. That Mirage one was absolutely not it. I could try the Mirage ESO approach, but for now, let's go with an Equinox approach. Mix things up. Now, with Equinox, there are various ways of going about this. Let's see, now my standard build here is a low strength one, and does not use the strength boosting ability there, because it's got Ensnare on it. Interesting. We're definitely not going to use the team kill setup, nor the duality. What's Circuit got for us? Oh, that's a Tharo Strike one. Alright, we don't want that. So this seems maybe a little bit over-engineered for what we're going to do. What's the energy drain on it? The energy drain is very damn good. We have got maximized efficiency there. So let's take a different route on this. Team kill? Yeah, it's a lovely build. Let's drop the... Let's drop adaptation. There we go. And let's see, that range is not at its max. So let's get more range. There we go. Consequence we don't want or need. And instead I can get augmented to bring that strength up so that we'll achieve more. Until things outscale the damage this can do anyway. I mean, granted, the base damage on it is pretty damn terrible. I don't expect it to achieve much anyway. Try. Don't need Augur Message on here, realistically. So let's take that off. And instead use the opportunity for more range. Yeah. See the Equinox team kill build in the best friends video? I think it was in that one, yeah. How to be the bestest friends. I do believe that is the correct one. Okay, so with maximum range on this, reaching out to a radius of 50 meters, that's still not going to cover the map. But it should still do some work, yeah. The Valkyrie build from that video is dead now. Oh, I did never actually go around to checking. I keep meaning to and then just keep forgetting because other things are happening. Can you no longer pull others with the Valkyrie ability? Is this a hotfix to fix that? Hi, Red Text. What is it? Hi, where have you been? Okay. Telecom, you say? What was that? Creative director Rebecca Ford came out of a fridge? What's this about Telecom being a baby? Where is my invitation? In all seriousness, whether you attended in person or watched from home, we hope you had a wonderful time and are excited for the future of Warframe. Yes, I know, I'm very excited now. Ooh, the anticipation. We don't need the rest to quote. But yeah, no point going into a mission if we're about to be red text. Yup. I'll take the opportunity to have a look at these Archon shards I've got in here. Is that a couple casting speeds? Oh, it is. Oh, that's beautiful. What's this one? A little bit of extra strength. Okay. Fair enough. That does explain the 50 rather than 40. What else would I want on this? You know what? Let's go with... I could get max energy on spawn? Because I start at 140 at the moment. Let's fuse a few of these together and make that a good one. To do that for some starting energy. Just to make it a little bit easier to get into the flow. That should do the trick there. 10 VIP events are also exciting. Yes, I am very much looking forward to the UK one, August 15th. This Friday. Friday, August 15th. I will be attending that one. Absolutely. Coming in 2 minutes, we fixed many things in the hotfix, including assassination, undercroft portals, and the Duvery now explore spawning objectives. Zaku's gaze freezing a Raxia and Arweaver. Temple Defense Titan, Temporal Archimedes stage defense missions taking excessive damage from corrupted flesh enemies. Ironclad Fly preventing Razor Wind Blades from activating, and so much more. How about that Valkyrie Heirloom collection? So many things could say, but we'll resume back at my screen so I don't get canned. Sure. Anyways, we've fixed being unable to change the colour of Valkyrie Heirloom's talons, and for visibility, we have code fixes coming in the next cert build to address her skirt clipping into her leg, and bring some more cloth improvements. Meow. What does the hotfix mean? The hotfix means change. Change is coming. Yeah. Riddle was saying spawn point for lift defense is around 70 meters. Okay. So yeah, that does mean then that my main will not reach to all spawns, unfortunately. Unless... I was going to run, but then I noticed her feet were basically syncing up with the beat. Any of you got a range bonus? Damn it! Come on! The one time I come looking for these invigorations. The one time. Melee crit chance energy raid. Both useless to me here. Ability duration heal rate. Don't need it. Primary damage and sprint speed. God. That's fine. Fine. I'm calm. I'm good. I'm chill. Everything is fine. In. And out. In. Hold it. And out. Okay, so we'll just wait for the hotfix to deploy, and we'll be good. Simple as that. You have 8 Tau blue shards and 9 normal blues right now? Hey, I mean, any frame you've got prime flow or something like that on, you can fix that. Otherwise, slap a whole bunch of armor into something, why not? Plenty of options you can take there. Let's go over with the hydrate. Cheers. Maybe I want to shove just a whole bunch of health regen into a frame. Honestly, it can work. It's a bit niche at times, but it can work. You gradually being removed from builds? Such is the way, Flo. Such is the way. If only Archon Flow didn't absolutely suck. But there we are. Alright then. Looks like it is about time for us to install the update. Let's switch to an intermission screen. Hello! I'm larger on the screen now. You can see all of the mess that is my hair. Let's reload Warframe. You almost felt offended from that mod? Yeah. Archon Flow doesn't suck, it does nothing? Oh no, it does something. It just has a triple condition on it. I need to confirm that I'm okay for it to install? DE, what did you change? I'm gonna go have a look at the patch notes. Let's see here. Warframe, it's already patched. PC update notes. Blah 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 blah. 3907. Let's see here. So, reminder about the barrow relay. Reminder that 8 claws done. Launch request. Additionally, due to the updates we've made to chat servers during TennoCon, launcher may request temporary administrative privileges once after downloading the hotfix. Okay, that's what it was. Fixing the chat system requires that. Got it. What mods can make your Mirage Prime more nukeable? Exclamation mark Mirage. Just a little crypto miner? Oh, I see. That's how they keep it free to play. Ah. Let's see. Other fixes. Fixed Bratton Incarnate Bundle, given the wrong material. Fixed Mercy Kills on Xmas, not triggering Momentous Bond. Go figure. Fixed Temple Defense. Fixed Research Points not updating properly. Fixed Titania. Fixed Araxia's Toxin Damage. Applying to Incarnate mode if you have 2 Incarnans equipped. Good thing I didn't find that bug. I'd have mistaken that for intentional. Okay. Fix Void Angels spawning in Deep Archimedia after entering Sevagov's Tombstone. Oops. Fix Naramon not doing things correctly. Added a 6,000 Kuva bundle to the Scuttler shop with Acrithis. Fair enough. 7 per week purchase limit. Slightly less, fair enough, but okay. Fixed Undercroft portals, fixed Zaku Gaze, fixed Amp Energy Bar breaking, some SFX, loss of function, waypoints failing, filters go wrong. Nothing too crazy there. Valkyrie and Valkyrie Allium stuff. Yeah, that's all fine. Nothing we actually really need to care about. Yup. Added an option to lower custom player number limits in dedicated servers. For example, if someone wanted to do a 1v1 match, add use custom player limits equals 1 in your dedicated server settings. What? Conclave? What? The fuck is a conclave? Next, you guys are going to tell me that we have a, I don't know, a battle royale? RTS Warframe? Now, this sounds like some dev thing they just accidentally put in the public patch notes. Don't know what you're on about. Fixed other players' abilities appearing in various broken states after loading into an in-progress mission. Fair enough. Not surprised, to be honest, that kind of thing would happen. Cambion Drift, doing weird things. Raise water, neutralize, ricochet. Just having sound issues. Let's see. Fixed operator being carried incorrectly by their Warframe during the second Dream quest. Yeah, it was manhandling the operator a little bit weirdly. Mods not having sources listed. Fixed some Signa. Fixed warning timer. Fixed Quincy issues. Chat links. Spinning stuff. Fixes towards accounts with massive inventories, triggering an out-of-memory error when finishing a mission. I'm kind of surprised that's not hit me. Okay then. Cool. And then the rest are just script errors or other bits we don't need to note. Fair enough. Still can't get a second copy of Magnetic Might? No idea on that, sorry. No idea. Maybe they'll introduce it as a Barrow thing, who knows. For now, let me sign in, and then we'll give this Equinox a whirl. Alice is saying, main runs out of gas pretty bad around wave 20. Oh, we'll see how that comes together. You see, if you build main just for main's damage, yeah, it's going to go wrong. But if we build maim for maim, not just maim's base damage, we might be able to make some more work with it. Let's see what happens. MM should be available from Samaris. That makes sense, actually, yeah. Quest item and all. Alright, let's give this a whirl. Actually, before I go in, let's just double check on that leaderboard. And for anyone who missed it, you go to Profile, Leaderboards. We'll look at a defense mission on Earth called Lith. Have a look at the players. Yeah, the current top is 42. If we have a look at myself, I am currently listed 68th. 68th. And it shows the real time we took there. Despite the mission pause timer still ticking down whilst... mission timer was ticking down whilst paused, we can see the real time I spent there was only 21 minutes 25 seconds. So that is nice. The pause timer does not affect it. Someone else managed to get there in 19 and 20 minutes. Others on longer waves took them 39, 46 minutes. I would like to beat those times as well as wave count. But this three-man squad here, 27 minutes, and then this solo, 18 minutes. 30 seconds a wave. Goku-san, what the hell are you eating? What if that was someone who did have a range boost on their Equinox? And that's what I'm missing out on. Alright, let's see how this goes. At the very least, at 45-minute wave 42, we can beat that. Arrow Thermal Sunder spam? Does Thermal Sunder have that much range? A map with a 70-meter radius? Because it's not like you can just paint the map once by running around it. Because when you kill in one area, they'll spawn in another area, and so you get this kind of rotation of spawns. I'm betting on something like an Equinox or Mirage there, to be honest. You need something that can basically just hit the map, and then hit it again, and then hit it again.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must
Want a spoiler? Absolutely not, thank you.
Reinforcements arrive.
Who's going to answer want a spoiler positively? What about Banshees 4? Doesn't scale. Alright, wave 1 was 14 kills. I want that. Give me. Thank you. There we are. Wave 2, we're up to 30. So that was another 16 kills. Steel Path or non-Steel Path? So I'm doing not Steel Path. Not because I'm afraid of Steel Path, but for other reasons that I haven't gone into so far. Intentionally. Okay, that was another 17 kills. What's an efficient focus farm? Honestly, at this point, circuit.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
But yeah, anything that's an affinity farm with lenses is a good one. If you're good at Eidolons, that can be one because you can stock it up beyond the daily limit. And then farming the hell out of Thrax in Void Cascade, I think it is, can also be a good one. Depends on what you're most interested in doing, really. Looks like that was a 16 kill round. Interesting. So we went 14, 16, 17, 16. Re-upping that also re-ups my strength bonus, so I'll now be doing more damage on the initial hits. So far, so good. Let's see, we're at 3 minutes for 6 waves. Doing good.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another
Armageddon for Thrax farming? I thought the farm for, for Thrax on the Zaraman was Cascade, not Armageddon. Am I mistaken? Does anyone willingly play Armageddon? Some people, yes. I am not one of them. You like spreading Armageddon propaganda? Bite, are you admitting to misinformation on my channel? Malicious misinformation. Because, you know, the mods on this channel might not take too kindly to someone actively spreading lies. Surely no one in this community will be doing that. Yeah, this Equinox approach is definitely going to fall off shortly. Right as soon as these enemies stop dying to just being in the vicinity of Equinox. But right now, they're perishing. And that's good enough for me.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
You're insane enough to farm Armageddon for Hespar? Yikes. Some things are expensive to trade for a reason. We're at 5.5 minutes, 10 waves in. Still doing good. You did 27 waves in 20 minutes? Okay. Lap all of the Xmas in this area. Wave cleared. I don't have parkour velocity bonuses, so I am a little slower at moving around the map than I could be. But it feels like I'm still getting enough work done. Do it. Don't want to be stuck there. Come on. It's better up top. Okay, I think that level 7 Xmas actually survived the bleed.
Reinforcements available.
Here we go.
Choose to leave now or continue fighting. Keep fighting. Another opportunity.
Would Raw buffing the passive damage on main be enough for it to kill? So Raw requires you to have strength. A 50% strength Raw would give you a 15% damage bonus. That's not a lot. However, I'm not just running 50% strength here, I have got multiple men stacking up. So the damage is increasing. I'm now at... yeah, I'm over 100% strength now. But even then, that's going to fall off where the real power comes in is the fact that it absorbs damage from kills. And so then the second explosion, when you deactivate the ability, that's when it actually becomes fully powerful. That can scale infinitely. This at the moment is just the warm-up. If I recall correctly, enemy level scaling for hit points is pretty steep. So once the scaling properly starts kicking in, 15% raw is not going to make the difference. If you could kill them with the 15% raw, give or take a level or two, you could kill them without it. How does this work? So Equinox has a fourth ability called Maim. It deals damage to any enemy that enters the area, a small amount of damage, and that damage has guaranteed slash, so they're bleeding out of that. It's got an absolutely colossal AoE to it in my build. But the more important thing is that it also absorbs the damage it deals. You can see this at the top of my UI, it's an increasing number, next to the Molt Augmented. And that is the amount of damage it'll deal to every enemy in the area, scaled down over distance, when I deactivate it. And that has no cap to it. So if I had 1,000,000 damage stored in it, and deactivate it, it'll deal 1,000,000 damage divided by the proportion of the distance out from the center they are. Sorry, multiplied by... No, yeah, no, it's multiplied by the proportion of the distance they are away from the edge. Yeah. So if the range is 10 meters and they are 1 meter from the edge, 1 over 10, they take 1/10 of the damage for being that far away. Also, it helps just if I have a big blapper. Why uncast on a single unit when I can just shoot it? Like that one that was in the floor. But yeah, with this low strength approach, we're now already seeing the enemies which are surviving the initial hits. And so I'm switching into recast territory. Although I might need to get a few more kills for that recast to be fully effective. Because I think it's 75% of health damage is absorbed. But we then also need to counter their armor. Why isn't this used in endless missions? Because it does have a scaling matter, where you still need to get kills to then do the nuking. And also a lot of people see Equinox and go, Equinox is shit because you have like 7 abilities and no way to mod between them and she's shit. She has a limit, yes. When armor used to scale infinitely, it was a lot worse. But she's still got plenty going for her. A reminder for anyone using the pick frame command, make sure you do put a capital at the start of the Warframe. If you pick frame and put only lowercase, the bot currently is too dumb to realize that. I will be putting in a patch for that this week. It's just I can't patch you whilst on stream, because then I wouldn't be streaming.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Alright, 18 waves done, 11.5 minutes. Nice.
For your bravery.
As I was saying, it's mostly that she doesn't have great survival tools in main for that you need passive or form swapping. Sure, or you could go different approaches. I feel like she can pretty reasonably handle different approaches, considering she doesn't need to build strength. So I've got space where I have built strength to replace that. I also have Ensnare subsumed on this Equinox. Not entirely sure what I was using that for before, but don't need it right now. I suppose it is a very high range control tool, which with a very high range Warframe is useful. Yeah. You think Eclipse makes more sense in Equinox than Mirage? I get you. But that's not the way the game was made, I suppose, yeah. Also, Eclipse has had a troubled past. Cheers, Quanon. Ah, don't get stuck here. No. No, no. I'm free. Things have got to the defense objective. How dare. They're gone. We're all good. 20 waves, 13.5 minutes. They would say, well, starting out, simply won't let me show you how it's done. Just walk through E Prime with MAME active. Yeah, this is where I saw and for a while fell in love with Equinox, because I was farming on this very mission and I was doing it on public and Equinox joined in. I didn't understand what was happening. I heard the enemies dying all around me. I couldn't find them. I knew they were there, I knew we were progressing, and I didn't know why. I could see these ribbons going around the outside of the map and like, that's really big. What's going on here? And the only information I had is that I was in a mission with one other player and they were playing Equinox. I didn't understand it. I had to understand it. I had to get that frame. And so I did.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
When you just level her up, she feels like shit.
You will be rewarded for your
Like most frames, when you're just leveling them, they do feel beyond underwhelming. When you get her to level 30, she still doesn't feel that good. And then when you mod her to the 9s, when you realize how to play her, then she comes online and you discover what you've been missing. But you really do need to understand Equinox, otherwise you will just make a mess of yourself. And not much else. Equinox is a frame you do need to understand to really utilize. Also, yes, her base form has an absolutely bongersly bad farm, yes. So we're seeing that fall off effect now. I'm deactivating my form. We're seeing enemies only close to me dying if I don't have enough charge. And it's hard to build charge on enemies with like 10 hit points, it feels like. Because it's based on health lost, not on damage applied. True, yeah. Equinox's abilities are easier to understand than Titania's a rotating one. Yup. There we go. Tesla, thank you very much for the advice. I'm not looking to add more strength to this setup or change the setup to try and accommodate that, no. Because in the end, strength is a linear scaling, and the enemies have exponential scaling on their hit points. Those were butchers surviving now. For all the strength that I put in, it's not going to make it substantially faster for a substantial amount of time. A few more levels scaled, and it just turns off again. And then I've got even more invested into something that isn't working. So as much as I put in a little bit of strength, it was only a little bit to keep the very earliest levels going. But as soon as that curve starts curving, it's explosion time, baby. I'll definitely need to make sure this cryopod does not get any more wrecked. It's doing alright, actually.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
At least changing tack here, I can now focus more centrally. There's less reason to go out to the extremes of the map. That will also allow me to defend better. I feel like some frames could do with Warframe style level-based scaling. Level-based scaling is an interesting one. Level-based scaling is really interesting because, to put it simply, what is the point of level scaling? If the level goes up and the damage goes up, has the level gone up? Considering this is a gear-based game, most of our setup is determined by the gear we use, by the builds we set up. If anything, it's more a symptom of the issue between strength-based scaling and mod-based scaling. You look at the damage scale we can get on our weapons. We can take a weapon that deals 100 damage and turn it into 1,000,000. There is absolutely no universe in which you get a Warframe ability to scale from 100 to 1,000,000 unless it's scaling on something far more than modding. With the exception of if it's got weapon scaling. It's kind of weird in that way that we have all of these abilities which are clearly supposed to be damage focused, and with the exception of exalting them, which is just weapon modding, then they don't really scale their damage up. There are a few outliers. Outliers including Lavos' 4, which instead scales off of status effects on top of strength, and even then they needed to make it where it doubles with every single status effect, and still many people find it underwhelming. Like, when you think of just how many moving parts are involved there for it to still end up on the lower side. It's a very curious design choice. It means that abilities that can deal damage at level 20 are overpowered at level 1 and still bad by level 50. It's a thing. Yeah, this Equinox is definitely falling off now. I'm seeing more and more cases of enemies surviving at the further distances of the ability here. And again, I don't have much of a way to force them to group up quicker. We're also getting a lot more Eczema spawns. Okay, Equinox spawns, good god, could you imagine?
Extraction is ready.
Let's keep going.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Yeah, we're definitely slowed down. Look at that, we're at 22 minutes for wave 27. That's a lot slower. Let's see if I can personally speed this up. Put in more effort. But I also don't want to let them damage this, because as they level up, they're going to deal more damage. The pod isn't scaling its hit points. So as the levels go up, that thing is going to get more and more vulnerable. I can't let that happen. Yeah, look at that. I've gone away for a moment. Shield's completely stripped. That's going to slow me down. I can't let this die. Otherwise everything is for naught. It seems likely to me that an artifact as to why this mission node does not have a high leaderboard compared to some other ones I looked at. There's one with like level 150 on it. Sorry, wave 150. I think part of that is just this tile is so goddamn big. "49 meters out to there, and I have an ability range of radius 50 meters. If I move the marker there, yeah, that's outside of my range. And I have damage fall off over distance. Map is large, density is low. Yeah. In a 4-player squad, this will go faster by simple fact of having the greater density. You'll be able to run something like Mirage, but even then, Mirage is strength scaled. Mirage runs out. You get to a certain level and it just doesn't work anymore. There is another Mirage build though that I have got in my back pocket to try if I'm dissatisfied with the results here. You gonna try with Saren? I wouldn't recommend it because the constant drop of enemies between waves means that spore scaling just doesn't work. Vorman could work with this. Getting the line of sights for his effects are going to be part of the problem there. He needs line of sight. At least for his damage approach. Not getting as much damage in as I thought there. There's something under me that just survived that. What the hell? God knows what was there, but it needed obliterating fast. Sight? What makes you think Sight and I will be better at clearing this than a nuke? Too much verticality for Gaara? I'd imagine so, yeah.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
60 seconds first wave, Saren? Yeah.
For your bravery.
The other issue is that when these enemies get hit by the first bit of maim, for the next few seconds, they're too busy screaming in agony at being rendered at the molecular level to keep moving into the area. And that slows down them getting into the kill range. Wow, point blank, didn't kill this Xmas. That's the scaling we got now. That was a 32k point blank, didn't kill it. Thing is, I do want to keep my focus on this from a solo perspective. It's just pointless to consider from a group perspective what I'm looking at otherwise. There's only so much I can do with this, it seems. Well, at least those grenades don't absolutely tear up the cryopod. That is good news. I was concerned about that. Yeah, my companion's dealing with those Xmas more than me. Sight and I can hit pretty far out of groups as they spawn. Yeah, the problem is that they're not spawning groups. You can see on the minimap, they're spawning as individuals. She would be constantly spinning like a carousel, trying to catch each individual as they happen. And I can tell you now, that is not a very efficient way of clearing out a room. Maybe I'd expect some enemies outside the Equinox range? Yeah, but in which direction? Do I spawn at north, 50 meters away? South, 50 meters away? North, northeast? And how much range is that Spectre going to cover? Covering the outside of a circle is a hell of a lot of work. At least compared to just making the circle bigger. What are we doing? Exclamation mark goal. I do try to keep that command up to date. Wave 33, 28 minutes. How someone did this in 18 is impressive. They got to wave 36 in 18 minutes.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to
I am
extract the leader
astounded.
soon.
It said they get there solo, but they could have been with a group and then left. Like, everyone else left 3 waves sooner. The leaderboards don't distinguish that. They are. What leaderboard is that? Open up the menu, and in this list here, you'll see profile if you're not inside of a mission, and then you'll go leaderboards. Okay, what level of enemies are we up to now? 37. Level 37 Eximus? Kinda hold on. I mean, that one there was just 5,000 damage to kill. Sorry, soak off of it. This one died. I'm jumped up from 5k to 20k. So if I'm reading that correctly... Yeah, these Eximus are about 20,000 health. Ain't no way I'm gonna get a Banshee to see her through that. Ain't no way. Banshee can do it, maybe? Solo Banshee. Not using some crazy ass invigoration we're putting out our ass somewhere. I feel like that would be a tough call. What's the base on the form of augment? I think it's about... Is it 4k damage? And again, there's the matter of range. And damage fall off over range if it exists. 200 blast base? Yeah, that's the unaugmented, right? It's augmented, it's 20 times that for 4,000. Because if you're not using augmented 4, what are you doing, you know? Unaugmented 4, even if it was somehow more energy efficient, which it's not, 20 seconds to get the same damage as a single blast is insane. No one's doing that. No! God, move away from the objective for a moment and a heavy gunner finds it. Shit me. So many Eximus, so many threats. At least it's got so few hit points it heals up nice and quickly too, but damn. I took my eyes off it for a moment.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Alright, 32 minutes in for wave 37, or 36 completed. It was, I think the 42 wave one took, what was it, 48 minutes? So we should still be ahead of that. But not by a lot. Certainly nothing close to the 18-minute for where we're currently at. To cut 14 minutes off of this. Insane to think about. I actually am not sure how they could do it. We are level 40 odd spawning now. You certainly can't scale main to this level. I don't care what anyone would like to try and think, you can't. It's got a base 150 damage. Even if you somehow get 1000% strength, that is 1500 damage, with a slash proc of 700, not 750, 35% of that. A lot less. You'll be looking at about 500-ish damage per second for 6 seconds, so about 4.5k damage, I think, total. That's not even close to killing the Xmas here. That's 1000% strength. Wouldn't weapon swap reload the gun? It would, but I like reloading. Honestly, of all the things I could min-max right now, swapping weapon specifically to get the weapon I'm holding to reload slower is not the way. Maybe top one really is hyperactive guy and thermal center titania? Maybe. I can give that a try afterwards. It wasn't the type of build I was looking for this, but it may be the way. I don't have a range bonus invigoration to test with, but I also don't want this to be a range bonus invigoration, to be honest. I think it's a little bit more practical than that. Wow, that was quite the knockback off the bubble. Speed over melee influence? I doubt it, because waiting that long for the enemies to come in doesn't seem like the smartest play. And again, they're quite spread out all told. And melee influence doesn't trigger if you one-tap the enemies anyway. Which at this level, very likely to occur. Dante? That is indeed a Warframe. What's the rest of your thought? Can we get a 30-second timeout for Petra? They know what they did. Don't give me that face, Petra. You know what you did. 30 seconds. Put on the hat, sit in the corner, let the class laugh at you. You know what you did there.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Fucking Naros.
You will be rewarded for your
Of all the one-word replies. Maybe on-call crew could help? They could help, but again, they'll be limited in where they can act. And it's not like I'm struggling to hold down the enemies, it's just more a case of they are so spread out that it's hard to get the application. By Bitson, if you want to actually be timed out, it's 2035. Time yourself out command. There is that there. You can use it. The mods are not here to entertain your sillies. Oops, didn't have MAME active. My bad. Wave cleared. I expect us to, like, wish to drop moats. What would the moats do for me? Genuinely, what would they do for me? I don't need health, I don't need fire rate, I don't need movement speed, I don't need, well, I just don't need the health. And I certainly don't need shock modes, which I wouldn't be able to tell it to not use. Fairly certain a Wisp would just end up being a liability on that, to be honest. Hello, Kelton. Here for the last hour of the stream? Good lord, I didn't realise we were 2 hours into this. What level are the enemies at? 51. So we are now beyond Settler levels. We're into arbitration levels on this level 2 mission. Arbitration tier enemies, and with a lot of Xmas. Kelton, you're going to need to retry that. Put a capital for the H on Harrow. The bot currently, I'll be fixing this, but it currently doesn't respect if you don't put the capital there. It didn't work, the bot just simply replied thinking it worked. Because one part of the bot has the correct handling for lack of capitalization, another part does not. And I need to fix that. Objective's gonna die instantly? No, it isn't. I've been protecting it. What the fuck are you screaming for? Don't get me scared like that. I wonder if I'm even paying attention. Are you looking at your own game? Wow, that did not kill anyone with that usage of the 4. I need to stack up more than that. Oh boy. You know, I'm starting to see why I have a career as a content creator, giving people advice on builds. That's all I'm going to say. It would be targeted mean if I go any further than that, but you know what I'm reading.
Extraction is ready.
Shit, what wave did I get to?
More of the enemy.
Yeah, let's do another 3.
Keep fighting.
Ah, I was on the 42. Okay, we got the 42 at 40 minutes. Damn, I was not actually that far ahead of that leaderboard one, because they were on 48 minutes. Like, sure, I managed to knock 8 minutes off that time there, because they are 20% slower than me, but that's only 20%. How do you even see leaderboards? You go to the main menu whilst on your orbiter, you go to Profile, halfway down the list, not Show Profile, go to Profile, and then you click Leaderboards. I don't know why they're in Profile, but that's where they are. Here's the thing with Dark Verse, even if it wasn't line of sight, what's the base damage on Dark Verse? What is its base damage? Also, I've got 284k damage saved up on my next hit. Let's get closer to Xmas and see what happens. You're not on Xmas. You're not on Xmas. You're not on Xmas. I'm on an Xmas. There you are. Okay, so that was enough damage to kill them. Thank fuck. Either that or my companion just obliterated it, which is also very possible. It's 1,200 and 2 slash procs. Okay. 1,200 damage, and we've got Xmas, which 20 levels ago, I think I said had 20k hit points. Let's see, how much does this go up by? He's at 85, goes to 160. So it went up by 75, which means he had 100k of health there. I don't know what strength you're putting on your Dark Verse to be landing post armor 100Ks, but I ain't got that. With the Rhino Roar and Bleed, the Bleed will get some work done. Rhino Roar isn't a magical fix. Let's say you've got 400% strength. 400% strength, okay? So we got, what was it, 1,200 base damage, 400% strength on that, we're now at 4,800. We need to hit 100,000, so let's say it's 95k left. Let's round it. 95k left. And I'm going to call the 4,800 5,000 again to make the numbers easier. From that 5,000, we get 35% of that in slash proc. You said 2 slash procs. I don't know if those 2 slash procs are from 600 each or 1,200. Sorry, from 1,200 each on the base. I'm going to assume, in your favor, that it's 1,200 each on the base of the slash procs. So each of these supercharged slash procs is scaling off of 5k damage. So we've got 2 lots of 5k, it's 10k, but 35% of it, 3.5k per tick. Which over 6 seconds, that is 18, 21k. We would need Raw to buff that. What's that? Plus 300? No, for 300% to kill. Our Raw is going to apply twice, so we'd only need Raw to apply at about 100% or so. Yeah, I think 100% Raw would do it. Maybe 150%. I'm going to stop there. So 150% Raw, which is going to be within that strength bracket, would eventually kill an Xmas of that level. That's a big ask. Don't forget it's spammable. Okay. So we're going to be casting it even more. And we need to maintain the energy economy to do this. To constantly apply the damage, assuming that what I just said there about its slash proc was actually correct in your favor. That's gone through, that's good. Let's actually have a look at that. Oh, it's 1250. Well, that doesn't actually give me the info I'm looking for, so wiki. Line of sight, 50-degree cone, 20-meter enemy target range. And yeah, both get the full damage. Okay, cool. So yeah, if it was without a line of sight check, then you would have something that could, for the first like 30 odd waves, do a reasonable job of killing in that 50-degree angle, and you'll need to do it there, and then there, and there, and there, rotate it around. So each cast you'll be covering about 1/6 of the total area. Which wiki? The new one. I have it bookmarked. I have it bookmarked. So yeah, even on that logic alone, that is one hell of a cost to try and get that to work, because you need, on the numbers I'm running there, you're looking at 400% strength, and you would need to have the high range on it, because its radius is 20 meters. The radius of that map we were just on was like 70 meters according to MirrorLabe, and certainly looked it. So you'd be looking at 200% or more range, 300 to 400% strength, specifically on Rhino, in order to have the full power from Raw, and the fact that you can't subsume Dark Verse and Raw, so it have to be Rhino, and you need the energy economy to maintain that. So when you bring all of those assumptions into play there, yikes. Also, I didn't get a pop-up. Or if I did, I didn't see it. There's supposed to be a pop-up. You mean Rhino Frame with non-nerfed Raw? Well, you couldn't mean any other Rhino Frame running Raw, because it couldn't happen with Dark Verse on it, unless it was Dante, and we know you're not on about Dante. Yeah. I addressed this exactly the way you were describing it. Trust me, mate. Mirrorlabe! Mirrorlabe, god damn you. What is this? I'm glad I ran the extra few now. Mirrorlabe! What? How absolutely dare you? You fiend! But seriously though, Mirrorlabe, what were you running? You stopped at 42 after I said I was going 45. Fair enough. Yeah, Mirrorlabe, go on. If you're going to put yourself so conspicuously there, I consider this a form of stream sniping. What were you running? Banshee. Okay. Should have seen that coming. It's Mirrorlabe. Of course it was bloody Banshee. You're lucky you're rich, Mirrorlabe. It turns out searching Mirrorlabe does not in fact bring up Banshee. I say a word and I write it. That was smart. That happened. Alright then, where's my mod gone? What? Why do things like this happen? Okay, do I have an empty setup? I do! Wonderful, alright, let's build from here. So... let's fix that real quick. No. Severgoff messing with my D. Come on. Right then. Resonating Quake. For very obvious reasons are being required. Increases radius and makes the damage a slap. Now, does that damage scale down over distance? I seem to remember that it does, but let's see here. Damage that is reduced the further enemies are from Banshee. To a minimum of 33%. Oh, sorry, not minimum. Enemies at free edge only take 33%. Yeah. 33% reduced damage into enemies at the halfway point. Oh, okay. That's a weird way of describing it. That is a weird way of describing it. Why would they compare it to enemies at the halfway point but not give us the actual comparison of range? Let's see. Mirrorlabe say long range, 2 times energy mods, bit of strength. If you don't run Zeneric, you run Madurai with energy pizza. Sounds about right. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, so we go with that, along with that and that. Other way around. Let's slap Aura on. Might as well just slap growing power on it, sod it. If I get the benefit, I get the benefit. We then definitely are going to need to have some strength on this. Is there any concern about duration? I don't think there is there? Well, a buffing ability, yes. So never mind. I won't overdump that then. Let's see. If I go for Precision Intensify, which will bring this up to 200, I can go... I mean, I should be able to do a Blind Rage and Equilibrium approach, right? Should be able to get enough orbs to drop to afford the cost, maybe, theoretically. We'll see. Prime Flow, because I'm going to need to have the max energy to actually be able to do some casting. Nourish on for Sonic Boom to get more energy. Energy pizzas not allowed? No, energy pizzas are allowed, but energy pizzas are also expensive, because if you're going for as long as I intend to go for, you'll run out. Let's go for Energize. Actually, you know what? Steadfast. course. That'll make a whole bunch of casts cheap. As in free. You don't have 1,000 stockpiled, you can only take so many into a mission a year. You can only take in so many. Alright, so this is going to give 9k on that damage there. That's still a very far cry from the 100k needed to take out some of those Xmas units at that level, though. How does Steadfast work with channeled abilities? It doesn't. The initial cast cost? Yay! Channel? Nope. But this is not a channel anymore. Yeah, so for this to go the distance, the only damage buff I can think of which will be relevant here would be Raw, wouldn't it? Does it apply Blast? No, I think it just deals it. Yeah. I mean, sure, Mirrorlab, send your build. Let's compare and contrast. Let us compare and contrast. Now, granted, my current Banshee here is rigged up with armor. And a recover health when enemies are damaged by toxin. I can remove that one. I don't think I put cast speed on, so let's give myself the proper cast speed bonus. Gonna need that. What about Green Banshee? Pfft, as if I can afford Green Banshee. There's gotta be at least 10,000 emeralds. I don't have 10,000 emeralds. Alright, let's see what Mirrorlab was running here. So Mirrorlab running much higher strength by the looks of it. Going for... Okay, so not using precision. Interesting. Not using precision intensify, but going for Blind Rage, Umbral Intensify, Augur Secrets, Power Drift, Energy Siphon. Okay. Molt Augmented, Arcane Steadfast, Amar's Hatred, and otherwise having just all of the range as well. No efficiency, no max energy increase. And the only energy economy to speak of, this doesn't count, is Arcane Steadfast. How many pizzas did you burn through, Mirrorlab? That is one hell of an investment. 2 times energy Archon shards? Okay. So your energy pickup from orbs is a lot better then. Let's say a lot better. How much is that going to give you? That gives you 150% assuming Talforged. Well, what I can do to somewhat replicate your result then is I can go a different route. If I've gone for a different energy economy to you, then I can handle a different approach as well. So I can go like this, because I don't need those in right now, and instead do this. Yeah, 2 times max energy as well. Fair enough. Yeah, so I've got max energy coming from Prime Flow, which is going to thoroughly cover me there. Do this, and let's fuse up some more. How much Stellar do I even have? Oh, only 4,500. Gotta be careful then. Can only do this 45 more times. So if I slap in like that, there we go, and then I'm on config D. Let's slap this in over Sonic Boom. I'm definitely not going to use that right now. There we are. Ophelios saying you only need yellow arcane shards in her, because if you have enough casting speed, you can use some secondaries while spamming the sonar. You can use some secondaries while spamming the sonar. Surely this person isn't telling me to shoot the enemies to death. That wouldn't make sense. Alright, so we got this roll here at 30 seconds for a 60% bonus. Don't want to compromise my range to increase that duration. Yeah. $200 energy pizzas used in those 40 rounds. Good lord. Okay, I'm hoping mine's a little bit more sustainable than Miralabe's here. I'm hoping mine can sustain just a bit better. But just in case. Oh shit, I was down to 4 of these? Okay, that was close. Whatever. Yeah, let's build a few things. Looks like it was only those I'm a little shy on. Why is the rush cost 1 platinum rather than 0? D, you nickel and dimers, come on. If Xeneric don't need pizzas? Yeah, but this is called insurance. This is the longest minute. God damn. This is worse than being on hold of a call center. Come on. I can build 110 at the same time. You're right, I can make this 10% faster. Actually, 10% more productive. It's not going to be any faster. Well, funny to say, if you look at the base damage of your 4, it doesn't do damage on high level enemies, only level 40 to 50 max. Thank you, Orphanios. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to assume you were not here 20 minutes ago. You weren't. There we are. Well, it's fine. You knew something, you shared your information. All good. Fair enough. Plenty of people do the same thing. You only have 4,000 pizzas left? Fair. That's a lot more than Zomtronic. There we go. Okay. Right, that should have me about covered. Yeah, there was another thing I just want to mention. Let's just do that. Boop. See what was the range on this? 92 meters. That's already enough, but there is damage fall off over distance. So I could throw preparation into there. That's excessive. No. Boop. There we are. Okay. Now, I could consider doing Cobra, but that will spawn the Ancient Protectors and whatnot. That'll reduce my damage insanely. These guys don't have that. They just have their armor. Should be able to cut through that.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Active. One cast, whole wave complete. Okay. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, that is disgusting. I didn't think this would scale this far out in terms of range. But let's see how it handles in the level scaling. Because that's where the trick is going to be at.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
I did a defense mission as fast as some people can do capture missions. Oh boy, okay. This is what DE was scared of when they reduced it from 5 waves to 3. Imagine if this was Green Banshee. Ah, I can't afford that. That giggle? It's the same giggle I had when I uploaded the latest video to my YouTube channel. Same damn giggle.
Extraction is ready. Unless
The
you
one for the...
get more of the
Yeah.
enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
So far, so good on the damage output, which is what we'd expect here. You don't think I could be evil? You're the first person in a long while. I don't know what it is about me. Some people just get the impression I am just destined for evil. I really don't get it. Cheeky, sure. Evil? No. You should use Banshee as a lift farmer. If it's set up in this particular way, it can certainly get some work done. The accent, the fact that I play Eve, wow. So one person's insulted my entire people, and the other person is absolutely correct.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue?
I stand on the objective, so I'm actually in the middle. I'm good enough, thanks. For anyone tuning in and can't see the enemy levels, because they're dead, this is not Steel Path. This is very, 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 very much not Steel Path. Cheers out of you. So we're saying, to prefer you live in England, so your accent covers about 30 square meters. To be honest, I don't have the accent to where I grew up. I don't. It's for the best that way. We good? Yep. Alright, that's a rotation C completed in not even 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. I just completed a rotation C defense. Oh, damn. This is why nullifiers spawn in Void Fissures. Could you imagine doing this in a Void Fissure? Well, Rockford, thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. Welcome into the channel proper. Enjoy your lovely blue sub badge and all the other bits to go with that. Survival's just hit rotation A. Not yet. Not yet. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. I just completed another wave. Yeah. Survival rotation A. First one. Wouldn't have time to pick up the reactant. True. That's why they're not getting rid of reactant. I could throw down a Nida Spectre. Oh, true, yeah. That would give me a little bit of extra oomph here, wouldn't it? Oh, just completed another rotation.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting.
This is bonkers.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded.
Surprised I
for
haven't been
your
AFK timed out. Why did they lower wave requirements from 5 to 3? Because, to be honest, 5 took a damn long while. And they tried 3 over in Circuit, and it was just that much better. So they brought it to the rest of the game. You're 3 waves ahead of me? Good to know. Yeah, D have floated the idea of making survivals quicker. There is currently a thing in EDA and ETA where you can kill a Necromech or Babel to speed it up. They might look at implementing something like that elsewhere. Might.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Imagine if Overflow Life Support could reduce timer. Oh, man. The farming power of some setups would nuke the time with that. There's probably loot all over this map, and I just can't see it. But I don't care. All I care about is Blap. Sword Xmas there take at least 2 hits to kill. Oops, don't mean to cast that. What's the longest leaderboard for defense? If you have a look at Cobra on Earth, the alternative defense mission to this one, someone's already been a little bit bonkers there.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle
Someone already went bonkers.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
That's part of the reason I just don't want to do that one. I ain't competing with that. Okay, I'll stick to just casting 4. That'll kill him. Didn't kill them. Damn. We are getting to the point where there's going to be some threats here, it seems. You think 100 waves gets level cap? Does it? Is that not reaching some of the enemies, or are they just strong enough? Oh, okay, we're good. If I use silence, there's no more danger. If I use silence, they also won't close into high damage range. I want them to get closer if they're able to. I want them to perish. So the Xmas blundering through is a good thing.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
Any energy for me? Yay! I don't need it, but I just wanted it. energy. Oh, I'm full. Okay. Maximum raw buff I can manage, 66%. It's not a terrible amount. Does previous sound quake get cancelled if I recast? Not actually sure on that. Let's spam this a bit. There's some enemies over that way. Doesn't look like it. Nope. No issue there. Good question though, Flo. There are various things that do get cancelled for recasting, but not this one it seems. More power for me. Oops, accidentally cast a only 60% raw rather than 66. That's me. Ah yes, an Xmas did get within gun range. Unfortunately, that was gun range of my companion. This kills the Xmas. I'm at 12 minutes, wave 27 complete, and I haven't finished leveling my Banshee.
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Oh dear.
To defend, you will
This isn't AFK, I do have to maintain my energy economy. But that is about it. Oh, speaking of maintaining my energy economy, I may have spent a lot of energy just then. Well, this is what we built the pizzas for. Never mind, found energy. Are you going to take damage? Hi, Xmas. Thanks for the energy. Oh, delicious. That was a lot of energy, actually. That was a lot to pick up at once. Harden the wellspring. Send out the damage. Energy acquired. I might. Bomber so far over with that. Why did you see 1.8 million damage number? You probably saw two numbers overlapping. Or you saw me shoot something. It could also be my companion. If it kills something and then spreads the damage elsewhere, I might spread a lot of damage with that. Just because I've got a usual companion go burr setup. But in any case, nothing here should actually be causing the number 4 ability to do that, no. That's 30 waves. Let's keep going. Definitely losing the efficiency of our kill rate now.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
It's not useless, we're just losing the efficiency of it. How many do I need to go for? So my previous run was 45 waves, so I'd like to do 48. 48 is also 4 rotation Cs, which looks nice. I kind of need to move out of the way of that. There we go. I got a level up, which actually gave me some, well, all of my energy back. I've only got one more of those left in me. I mean, I feel like this would be more understandable for newer players than the Equinox I had to deal with as a new player. Because at least they could see the frame here doing this slamming and shockwaves going out and go, ah, yes, you're obliterating a map. How? There you go. Elsie's trying to stream snipe. 2 days out to the corp. Already doing it. Couldn't go to their own mission, could they? Some energy to scoop, please, maybe? There. That did not trigger energize. Yoink. How are we doing here? Not even 18 minutes. I'm just a little bit behind that other person who did 18 something for wave 36. Don't think I'm going to catch that, sadly. Not unless I spam more. So I guess I'll spam more. Ah, get out of the beam! Oh shit, they're gonna shoot the target. Got him. There we go. Okay. Those Xmas were holding on a little bit more than I wanted. Had to do that.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Yeah, Darth Plagueis, I've had the same thought about defense, that it's weird that we can just kind of choose to be here longer. And I've said that this would make more sense if it was a charging bomb. Or if it was some kind of defend a sabotage drill so we can get more damage done. Something like that. Defending a cryopod makes a lot less sense to have as an endless mission. Mobile defense for cryopods, that would make sense. Defend each one until we can get the clamp securely in place to safely extract it, or just disconnect it from the system safely to then have them wake up and get out. The charging of a bomb or just holding on to some process to defend makes a lot more sense. I believe we still have some bomb ones. There is an infested defense one, which is a... the quest that reveals it shows it's actually a bomb you're defending, yeah. I think that's about it. So the implication was a new team takes our place on the defense. With the constantly scaling enemy levels, kind of runs counter to the logic we're seeing here. Okay, this might kill me. Oh shit, okay. It did kill me. Guess I am going to need to use silence now. So yeah, we are now hitting the limits of what Banshee can do with abilities. Meanwhile, weapons are still laughing at the difficulty, supposedly. Why is one of those pipes loose anyway? That doesn't look good. Starting to burn through more consumables here. Heavy landing. Wave 36. There's now a dude at 51 with 45. Ah, we have another stream sniper. Alright, what's the name, Alsu? Let us know.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
We know no one was just randomly queuing into that, so who's deciding to have their moment of fun? Monolake? Alright. Mods? Ban them. I'm kidding. Just be very clear, I'm kidding there. I don't have ownership of this node. I chose to stream it. C'est la vie. I might as well go shoot that one, yeah. This is waste of energy otherwise. And there's another. There we go. This counter intel's doing its job. True. We may have a man in the wall, but we also have a man on the line. And besides, this is brain dead gameplay. Hello, Raptor. Welcome on it. Oops. Pop some energy. I see my companion is getting some kills in as well. It's welcome to do so. How did you manage to throw grenades? I got silence up. That's disgusting. A quick search for energy. This shows the intrinsic problem with this ability. It can never be viable at high levels because it would lead to this gameplay pattern. I get you. I do get you, yeah. The fact that I've managed to get it this far, though, we're at wave 39. Rotation C was a millennium ago. So for at least lower level stuff, you can just blitz through them. Stop throwing all those grenades. That's supposed to be an ability, damn it. Yeah, we're looking at it now where I'm spending quite a few casts to get anything done. For the first 12 waves, I was practically using a single ability per wave. I had Rotation A done in 1 minute.
Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Keep fighting. Another opportunity
And I'm doing
to
this
extract
solo.
the piercing.
You imagine this with an Equinox on the squad. Equinox with that ability to just take all the damage you've dealt and then just reapply it to everyone in an AoE. Yeah, Nova could do some work as well. Nova would help speed them in. Yep. Looks like y'all have finished building up that free height bonus giveaway. Alright, at the end of this mission we'll do that giveaway as well. Nice. Yeah, I am doing now a lot more shooting between casts. Because there are so many Xmas spawning at this point. Jesus. Starting to feel like a Holvania mission. Thoughts on using Wisp Subsume as a damage amp? In what circumstance? Normally, yes. This, no. Could a roaming companion possibly help with cleaning up the straggler kills more effectively than Worm? Roaming companions don't tend to roam that far, and I prefer to have the support on location. Because this is where I need to defend, it's where my Warframe's at. I think at this point I'm down to just the Xmas. Everything else should be dead. So I'm just going to roam. Because the Xmas are no longer dying to this. At least not at a rate that is useful. So we're at 28 minutes in for wave 42, which is still 10 minutes slower than the other person on the leaderboard. How the fuck? Maybe Duplex Bond? You know what, that might be a shout, actually. Duplex Bond could work nicely for this. What did this 10 minutes faster than me? Maybe they got help? So here's the thing, is that their record is solo, at least at the point of completion. They might have got to wave 39 with assistance. And it was only once they got to there that they then split off to solo. But to knock 10 minutes off the time is staggeringly good. And we would see at least one other person at a stage 3 waves behind them. So we'd want to have someone with a shorter time, 3 or more waves behind them, and that would be their teammate if they had one. And we don't know their loadout, there's no way of us knowing without asking them. Alright, let's keep going.
Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting? Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Let's start slamming. Take out all the fodder that spawns, then we kill the Xmas. Occasional near Xmas kill will be good for energy sustain. Otherwise, I'll let them get in closer. You didn't know Banshee was this strong? I mean, she's capable, but at the same time, we're against level, what, 50 enemies? 56. So she's good, but don't be mistaken. She's not clearing a steel path mission to wave 43. Have I taken a look at the Talus yet? I wasn't impressed by it. Alright, that should have the main stuff cleared out. That is the wave. Cheers, Ryan. Is my goal to reach 100 here? Absolutely not. This will fall off well before wave 100 to the point of uselessness. Oh, we're still going for now. You tried Mag with Crush, not better than this by far. Oh yeah. The thing is, this is a 4000 base damage ability with fall off over distance. Mag's Crush is not a 4000 base damage ability. This is a base range of... was it 45 meters? 35, because it's 20 and then 15 from the augment. Crush does not have that. I realise, Alsu, I've tickled your abyss running brain here, haven't I? That's the side of you that's been enraptured with this thought and why you're taking part. I've given you a new abyss. How good is Emerald low level nuke? I haven't tried to do better than this. Give it a try. Rebuff, and cast. How many pizzas have I got left of these? 166. I'm doing fine for now. You know, old Ebba was the low on the nuke? Yeah, World on Fire was the thing, wasn't it? That's fine, Alsu. I mean, you can always try other missions as well. There's loads of them. Oop. Re-silence. Take out the stuff that's spawning. Because a lot of it is quite resistant to damage at this point. Turns out there's still quite a few enemies to kill. Are they all Eximus? Maybe. This does feel like a lot of Eximus. And there's more? That was a bombard. Fair enough. And an Eximus. Yeah, they were not going to die to this ability soon. What do you walk into? Wave 45? Yeah, solo Banshee, you know. Just casual stuff.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract.
Casual stuff. Banshee falls off at like level 60. These are Xmas units. so that is significantly changing the dynamic against her. If there's just 1 or 2 Xmas units, she'd look amazing. But there's not 1 or 2 Xmas units. There is a whole bloody battalion of them now. And the reason I call it out is because Xmas have one hell of a health scale. Like, they do not dick around. Can put some sonar on it? Would the sonar actually help out? I didn't think sonar would help out with the casts. Oh, if I'm doing the shooting, right? I don't need to worry about damage buff for shooting. The Envoy is not exactly a bad weapon. There you go. Quick little reload. And back to it. Pick up the energy from that kill. Didn't trigger energize. Typical. Looks like we're back to resilient stuff. Where are you? There you are. Goomba stomping with that. There's probably a few basic enemies. I see some things being knocked around, so maybe yes. Yep, oop, knocked myself around now. Gotta be careful, I don't actually have tank of any description. If things get in range to shoot me, I will perish. What did I just say? Wait, where's... No. Where the fuck are you going? Shit, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. We'll lose it. Fuck. Why did it run away from me? Why did he run away from me? Ah! All I needed to do was respawn off one guy and he's just like, nope, 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 nope. When did they do that? Ah! And then I get the pop-up about rank 2. Ah, the lack of damage, sorry, lack of tank on that really hurt. Ancient Healer would have protected the objective? Yes, it would have, 100%, because it only just went down. However, I didn't expect to suddenly get downed and then try to revive myself on enemies that weren't where I thought they were on the minimap and suddenly ran away from me in a defense mission. Enemies don't run away in a defense mission, damn it. Ah. 46. 38 minutes to get there, though, which is a pretty damn good time, all told, but yeah. That was rough. That was rough. Beat my previous by 1 wave. And then there's this fucker. Who was very clearly watching the stream. Uh-huh. Banshee Tenor Envoy? Is that Envoy? I think that's Envoy. Yeah. I see. I see. Ah. What was the latest hotfix? Have a look at the patch notes, but nothing interesting. Time for the hyper giveaway? It is. And then after that, the platinum giveaway. Alright, let's first do that hype giveaway. Let's get this set up, shall we? Let's switch us over to this. We're going to do 3 Orokin Catalysts. Let's do that. Alright then. So, for 3 Orokin Catalysts, if you want to win those 3 Orokin Catalysts, put exclamation mark hype me in the chat right now. Exclamation mark hype me in the chat. Exclamation mark hype me for a chance to win 3 Orokin Catalysts. If you don't see your name pop up on the screen, it means the bot didn't catch your message. Try again, but otherwise you should be good. Are those the blue or gold potatoes? Catalysts are the blue ones. Blue. Although if you win and kindly ask for the gold ones instead, I'm fine with that, to be honest. You win them and ask to switch to the others, I'm fine with that. Give you all a moment to grab yourselves the entries there. This is again exclamation mark hype me in the chat for a chance to win 3 Orokin Catalysts. If the bot says it's on cooldown, it just means that you're in there, but I don't know who it actually said that to. I need to see if I can get it to say who it's telling that to. Lonely Varuna. There are a mix of individual frames alongside all of the default Lavai. Absolutely. Alright, looks like we're on 61 people joining in. I'll close that in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, let's do this. No change on the weapon, Alsu. No change on the weapon. Now the fight. Let's see. One by one, in come the frames, trying to take down the fragmented boss. Of course, it has damage attenuation. So the more people attempt to kill it, the stronger it gets. Only one person can defeat this. What's a gathering of Lavai called? A herd? Nah, a nerdery. Our winner is the Great Caped Goomba with a Caped Necros.
Excellent work, Tenno. The extraction point is up ahead.
Congratulations there, the Great Caped Goomba. You're the winner of these 3 Orokin Catalysts. Let's just contact the winner there. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. It worked! There we are, cool. Goomba, you got the message in the Twitch DMs. Respond to that with the details requested, and those will indeed be yours. Huzzah! And that is the free hype bonus giveaway on top of the other 3 that we've had all throughout. You just ignored the damage attenuation? Well, yeah, because the way to beat attenuation is you wait for a bit after damage, and then you shoot, and you get full damage. So, because it is a DPS limiter, you just limit your DPS by not firing for a bit. It actually works, and I hate that. What determines what frame you are, or is it RNG? What determines is you can pick it. So, subscribers, VIPs, and moderators can use pick frame command with the name of a Warframe, and that decides what you get on there. Does it speed things up or conserve ammo? It only conserves ammo, Navatal, and allows you to shoot other things. It doesn't speed it up, because you're just waiting down the clock for your DPS to fall below the threshold. That's all it does. You're just waiting for that to come down. Alright, that is all on that particular giveaway there. So let's do the platinum giveaway as well now. My God, my hair is getting worse throughout the stream. How is that possible? Why is it curling more? Does Banshee curl your hair? Yeah, right. I did say you have to be a subscriber for that. You do have to be a subscriber. It's just like any other game these days. You can enjoy the game free to play. No problem whatsoever. You can enjoy the stream free to play, no problem whatsoever. But if you want to activate skins, then you need to buy in. Or get someone else to buy it for you. If you get gifted a subscription, you're all good. But yeah, it is literally just a skin. Alright. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win now the 75 Platinum giveaway. You can spend it on whatever you want in the marketplace, no problem whatsoever on that. Be it something functional or cosmetic, I don't care. It's up to you, it's your Platinum if you win it. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat for a chance to win that. I will do that draw in just a minute as well there. This is open to every platform. It doesn't matter if you're on PC, Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, or on mobile. Anyone can enter. I'll give you just one moment more on that. And whilst those tickets come on in, a reminder as well that Tenno VIP is returning to the UK. So if we do have people here from the UK, and I'm sure we should have plenty given the time of day, if we have people here from the UK, if you do want to attend that, D are putting out full details, so check on their pages for that. But basically, Tenno VIP London on the 15th of August, I will be there. So if you happen to snag a ticket, make sure you introduce yourself, say hi. Or ignore me. I mean, if you hate me that much, fair enough. It's perfectly allowed. Jellyfish, can you please redo that pick frame? You didn't put a capital G, and the bot is currently broken. It doesn't account for people not capitalizing it. I checked it in so many places, but I missed one spot, and so it doesn't translate correctly there. I need to fix that. I'll be fixing that during the week, but it doesn't work right now. There you go. Now yours is set correctly. Okay, right. That's enough time for everyone to grab a ticket. If you don't have one now, you clearly did one Platinum. So let's close those entries and find out who our winner is today. The winner of the Platinum giveaway is indeed going to be KingVab99. KingVab, congratulations! You are our winner here. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of this stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, your platform, and if you have cross-save turned on or not, we'll get that plat sent straight to your in-game inbox. KingVab, congratulations on that. And to everyone else as well. That is, unfortunately, where we have to wrap it up today. And where we shall be raiding on out to another part of the Warframe community. Let's see, who is live today in the Warframe category? Who indeed? Let's have a ganders here, shall we? Let's have a ganders. So, I think we popped into that one just the other day, so let's mix it up. We went to Gaz recently as well. Do I recognize much any other names along here? To be honest, not really. Not really. Good lord, the boober on some of these VTubers is getting out of hand. There's more VTube than screen on that one. What even? Ay, 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 ay. Mirror asking for Morgenstern. Is Morgenstern streaming in English? Because if not, that would be a bit of a put-off for most everyone here. Honestly, they've listed as two different languages, English and German. Okay, that shouldn't be an issue. So you know what, Mirror? Sure, why not? I'm happy to take that recommendation. We'll see if Mirror has good taste in streams, aside from this one. Because the fact that you're here means you already have bad taste, but let's find out. Raid into myself? Yeah, let's not do that. I think I'm about to finish stream, so it'd be a bad raid, wouldn't it? Now let's see. How is Miralabe's taste when it comes to streams that aren't mine? We're going to raid on over to Morgenstern, see what they're all about. But that is all from me today. Thank you very much for joining in. I'll be live again on Friday with some more Not Warframe. You enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.